Greeting, good evening, everybody. My name is Obidi Mutsha, and this is our second live stream. I'm very happy to be here. As promised, last week I said that we shall dig deeper into the area of relocating to Poland for work, and I'm very excited to be hosting one of the lions of Polish relocation. Mr. Aral Goliev is also the CEO of the company that you guys always ask us about every now and then, live and study. And I'm very sure that people are excited. Yes, people are excited to be, you can see, I think we already have probably around 9 people already, watching from different countries. We want to say thank you so much for coming through. Guys that are watching from my country, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, Nigeria, the whole African continent, guys watching from India, Philippines, Nepal, Vietnam, and of course, our guys from Poland. Thank you so much for coming through. And without wasting time, I want to invite Mr. Ral to say hi to you in a few seconds, then we can start officially. Thank you. Welcome, Mr.
Thanks, Obed. Thanks for having me. It's a good opportunity for me to reach out to your audience. Thanks for kindly allowing me to record this. And are we recording? Yes?
Yes, we are.
All right, that's good because I'm going to put it out on my YouTube channel as well, so you can get exposed a little bit with my audience because it includes the countries that you mentioned. And first of all, I want to congratulate you with the journey that you had. Successful. I think you're one of the person who many foreigners in Poland would love to refer to, would like to take example from. So you came all the way from Africa using our assistance. I think your own inputs in this journey was the most significant ones because you were the one who was insisting on all the paperwork to be done perfectly for you, and you were good at taking the interview and passing all the stages, and now going through recruitment, placement, and now starting your own career. So I need to congratulate you with the success you have so far. You're already a resident in Poland, so you can help others come to go through the same path, and I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you very much. By the way, to maybe for some of you that do not know that I'm one of the pioneers from my country to use live and study. To me, he's done a lot for me. He contributed a lot towards my journey, my successful journey to Poland. And I remember it took me like almost a year, and I asked him over 1 million questions. But look where we are. I'm happy.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that well.
All right. So straight ahead, I have a few questions that have been asked from a couple of people that really wants to relocate to Poland. There's so many questions, especially people watching. We have a live stream that we usually run with #Stano, who is our sound guy, the technical guy today. And from time to time, I say every time on this live stream, we get over 10, 15 questions about who is live and study, who is Mr. Aral. So take us through a little bit about like your story, because this is the most answered question. Is live and study genuine? Who are they? Who is Mr. Aral? Yeah? Please.
Yeah, our answer is quite simple. You can go to our YouTube channel or website and check the videos of our customers who got our services, and you can judge by those testimonials. We started our journey many years ago, helping foreign students in Ukraine. So we started operating with educational immigration, study immigration, and we had contracts with the top Ukrainian universities. So this is how we started working with the big audience in Africa and Asia. And this is where, from this audience, we got more requests. So they kept asking us, how can we get to Europe? How can we get work immigration options? How can we get business immigration options? And this is how our business was pushed to grow and to be able to provide more services. So it basically came from our customers, from the people who we wanted to help with from the first place. Actually, I used to say it before, and I'm ready to say it again. So our main goal is to help people with their migration journey, because it's not easy to navigate. It's not, because there's so much uncertainty, so much scam on the internet related to these services. So basically, the idea was about to gather all the options, to select the ones that are really working, and then try to direct the people who are willing to use them into the right direction, and also provide necessary consultation, necessary guidance to go through all the steps that are necessary to reach the final destination.
That's good. Quickly, briefly, take us through the journey. Let's say I am from Nepal, yeah, or I'm from Uganda, and I want to apply with Live and Study. What should I do? I know we have a website where you can find most of this information, but briefly, just simple steps, like in 1 minute, explain your process for people that are working today.
Yeah, actually, this is a good question. So everything is geared towards the website. So basically, we have multiple ways of communication, multiple tools. It's the YouTube channel, it's social media pages, my personal LinkedIn page, and people who are frequently coming to through all these channels are being directed to the website, where anyone who is willing to get the consultation, which is free, can fill out the website form and get the assistance from one of our customer team. So we have quite a large team right now. Since we have up to few hundred new requests per day, we now have approximately 20 managers who are ready to answer those questions. Sometimes I get comments in the comment sections, in social media, and the YouTube channel. I get comments, why aren't our messages, our requests weren't answered immediately? Just because, not because we don't want to help, but because so many people want our response, and also I cannot make everyone work Saturdays and Sundays like myself. So I have to keep my managers motivated, and they have to rest Saturdays and Sundays. But we try to answer everyone within 2-3 days. So basically, I would recommend to all our channels are legit. They're all linked together, because you can find links from Facebook page to website, and from website to YouTube channel. They're all linked. You cannot miss that. And even I had a video with the instructions how to find our proper website. So it works through the website.
Okay, sounds good. So there you have it, guys. For those guys that have been asking us, how do you get in touch with them? Their website is www.liveandstudy in Europe. Log on, fill in the chat form, and then get in touch. He has a couple of customer care consultants that will be able to assist you with all the questions. Please make sure that you ask all the questions as much as you can. I've used their service. I've tested on how genuine and how good it is. I'm sure that they'll be able to give you answer all your questions. It's very important that you prepare. So before you start on your journey, make sure you do all the research. And I'm glad that he has quite a number of videos on his channel, on YouTube, everywhere, that gives you most of the insights about the journey of relocation to Poland. So I'd like to ask you another question. What are some of the biggest challenges you face in helping foreign workers to integrate into the Polish society, for example?
Yeah, I think the main challenge main challenge is to the first one is as I mentioned was the scam. So the candidates face a lot of uncertainty, and they're not sure if they're gonna get the employers that are really gonna issue genuine documents. This is from the customer side, but from the employers side and from the Polish government side, there are also big challenges with candidates who come over, get the visa, come into country, but they then do not report to their workplaces, and they run away to other countries in Europe to where they have friends or relatives. So this is the main challenge for us as recruiters, because our job is not only help people who looking for a better life or chance to get good salary or establish themselves in Europe, but also help local companies, foreign companies in Poland. It's a big market. They need a lot of workers. The economy is growing, but there are not enough local people who would take all the jobs, especially non-skilled. So that's why we kind of put our efforts to recruit people to feel out the needs of our partners, local employers. But when they come over, they sometimes do not report. So this is a bit unfortunate. But again, there's nothing we can do. We try. Later, we will talk about the latest tendencies in the labor market. But we 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 increasingly see a need in additional screening techniques, which we will certainly use in the future.
Yeah, which actually brings us to the next question that you just hit on a little bit. Yeah. So the main challenge, as he has highlighted, is scam. You need to be very careful because there are very many websites and very many agencies that are claiming to be offering Polish relocation packages. So just make sure you do your due diligence. In this case, we have given you the website where you can get in touch with him, with his consultants, and you'll be assisted for sure. Like I said, I asked him over 1 million questions in between 2019 to 2020, and they answered all, and I am here. So anyway, yeah. So the next question is you just hit a bit about it and as to what are the main tendencies in the Polish labor market in terms of recruitment, yeah? That for the Polish foreigners, or sorry, for the foreign personnel, what are some of these tendencies in the Polish labor market, yeah? That you find intriguing?
Yeah, this is a very good. This is a very good question. I think so. Let's start from the beginning for people who might not know the origins. So Polish economy started blossoming approximately 10, 15 years ago, maybe 20, and they increasingly needed non-skilled personnel to fill out the jobs that couldn't be filled by local people. So works like in construction, in packing, in warehouse, in agricultural sector. So they used to recruit a lot of people from Ukraine, but lately, after the start of the war, the huge number of candidates who would come over from Ukraine to Poland, they couldn't come because of it's not now prohibited for men to leave the country in Ukraine. So there is a huge lack of manpower, which can be filled by the candidates from other countries. So this is exactly fits the needs of our target audience. So this is number one. So there's always been a huge need for foreign workers, but now since the start of the war, it's increased. It's now Poland needs way more candidates, way more workers, and the other tendency is now employers here are searching for skilled candidates, people who have in same industries but have some work experience or some certification, so can do skill jobs like carpenters, welders, electricians, and other similar things. So the second big tendency is the increasing need in skilled labor.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. In fact, if you were watching us last time, the first live stream that we had, I spoke about this. I said that the Polish labor market is slightly changing, and I think that there's need for adaptability from the candidates. And I remember hitting about vocational skills, yes, because I understand, for example, there are quite a number of vocational schools in Africa, for example, and in Asia as well. But you find that most of the times, people that are actually studying this stuff don't have access to this information. Somehow, like in my country, they are considered to be like, it's not considered to be like good education, yes? It's considered to be education for poor people that go to vocational skills. But what's very funny here is that if you have those vocational or technical skills, you make lots of money. So we are calling upon carpenters, welders, truck drivers, sewing machine operators, these kinds of people. Please, if you know where they are, reach out to them and tell them that we have offers for them to work in Poland. And usually, most of the times, they actually have higher business rates for free because the job is skilled and they know what to do. Again, we remind you the website for Live and Study is displayed right now on our TV. You can visit them and check out the latest offers that they do have. And I have this next question because I would get it quite a lot, especially this year and last year. Do you think the war in Ukraine has affected the labor market? Do you think it's been responsible for a lot of visa denials? Because I understand from 2022 and through this year, there were a lot of visa denials, I think, as compared to the other years. And comparing to 2023, I think 2023 things have improved. Yes? Yes?
Yes,
What do you think?
exactly. So actually, I think so. I think that the war in Ukraine, as I said earlier, even increased the need for work candidates from other countries. It is related mostly to men because there's huge need for men workers. Female workers is different because females from Ukraine are allowed to leave Ukraine during the war. So actually, the difficulties may affect only the female recruitment. As to the male recruitment, as I mentioned, there is a bigger need for men. Visa denials is related more, I think, to the things like embassies, consulates need to screen out the candidates who they believe are not genuine candidates, and also just the number of candidates increased a lot. So it's not in percentage points. Even though more people are recruited, you get a feeling that a lot of people are rejected. But it's in the percentage by percentage, the increase in visas, the awarded visas number have increased. It's only because so many people is applying. There is still you can get an impression that there are a lot of denials just because the number of applicants increased.
Awesome. So there you have it. For guys that were asking us, it's not the war in Ukraine. Instead, I should say it made things better for foreigners because
Exactly.
I mean, there's more demand, there's higher demand of male workers, to be specific, as he says. And it's not because the visa denials it's not because of the war, but rather there were hardly a lot more number of applicants that were applying. But as we love to say, me and hashtag on your channel, we say, please prepare as much as you can for your relocation journey. And we're not discouraging the females to apply for work in Poland. There's still work for you. Just remember to check out Live and Study on their website, check out their offers, and choose something that works for you, and reach out to them. Yeah. The next question:
Exactly.
How do you communicate immigration policies and procedures in Poland to your candidates?
Since there are a lot of immigration policies and procedures, as you worded it, we cannot communicate it all through the videos and on the website. because every country, every person may have different situation, and may have different requirements. So first of all, you go to our videos and check them. But mostly to get answers to your specific questions, you gotta get a consultation and from one of our consultants or one of our managers. So the best way is to get an appointment, get all your questions answered specific to your country, location, your vacancy, experience, etc.
Okay, sounds good. And this is very important. This is one of the most asked questions, I think, by candidates. It's, of course, something to do with the embassy. And they're asking, what are your main recommendations for the embassy interview stage? Because you understand that, yeah, you do a good work when it comes to getting them documents and the packages sent, being sent courier to their different destinations, just to their countries. But what are your main recommendations for the embassy interview when candidates are applying for work visas?
Yes. So first of all, let me say that we are not providing visas because some of the candidates may get a wrong impression. Our job is to link the candidate who's fit to do a specific job that is available from that is job opening that is sent by one of our employers. So we do the screening. We do and when the employer selects the candidate, we confirm it, and then the employer applies it with the local authorities. Then the invitation documents are generated and sent to the candidate to apply for the work visa. This is where the responsibility of the candidate comes into place, and he or she needs to understand that they need to correctly communicate the next things, the next steps. First of all, they need to make sure that the counselor understands that their intentions are genuine. They're going to be real workers. They're not going to run away as soon as they cross the border into some other country, into France, Portugal, whatever. They just they need to show that their only goal is to work and step by step prove that they're good workers, and then apply for the residence permit. Continue by working continuously and working well. So it is important to some of the you can find it on one of the videos that I prepared on the subject. But the main things is to show that you have experience in the field that you are applying for. You have some money on your bank account. Again, proving that you're capable of supporting yourself, buying a ticket, buying a food until you get your first salary. So you're not like in a desperate need of money. So you need to show some finance. It's recommended to show that you have some finances, and then try to explain that you're going to come back as soon as the visa ends, as soon as your employment contract ends. And also, it is important to show that you have all the necessary documents and you understand to which employer you're going. You need to know the name of the employer, your job vacancy, what exactly you're going to do. With that, everything is if you go through our consultation, we will guide you through all the steps. But these are the main things that you need to understand, and you need to understand what the consulate is, what kind of answers the consulate is looking for.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That's a very lovely answer. Most of you always ask, how much money do I need to have on the bank account? We usually recommend at least between 2,500, 3,000 euros if you're from at least Africa. If you're from probably Asia, maybe a little bit more. But that's generally okay. Yeah? You need to have, they're called social ties. You need to be able to convince the consular that you are a responsible citizen in your country and that you're going to do your contract and go back home thereafter. These things are very important. We will probably have another stream where we'll talk about these things in detail to help you really prepare well for the embassy, such that you increase your chances of being successful. And I'm glad that you've knocked about this and you've shared some of these tips here and there. And how do you prioritize? This is my next question. How do you prioritize building relationships? Yes, with clients. And what steps do you take to ensure that they have a positive experience with your firm? Yeah, while working with your firm. How do you run through?
Yeah,
Let's
so
take
I
us through
think
the process really quick. Yeah.
I think every company should have normally has the personality of its director. So I think the way, and I know you experienced it. So the way I treat people is I try to treat everyone the same way I want others to treat me. So basically, what we can do best is we're very well organized, we're very transparent, and we always deliver what we promise. This is basically our logo, our credo. So
Yeah.
we everything we say is based on the things that we talk in all our channels. Everything that we promise, all the services we put into the contract, and whatever we promise, we always deliver. So that's why we get so many testimonials from the customers, and you can check them. So we make sure everyone who's crossing the Polish border is met by our employers, by our team, is placed, and if there's something goes wrong, for example, someone didn't know that for example, if someone's coming to the fish factory and then realizes that he cannot work with fish, we try to still be able to help and maybe propose another job vacancy in another part of the country. So, and also provide recommendations on what to do next with the registration and of the living and residence permits and things like that. So basically, and I know, Obed, this is your part of your personality as well. I think we share the same approach. It's people's approach,
Yes.
So just to make sure that everyone is treated fairly as human beings.
The last question that we had for you, but you almost anyway hit on it just a little bit. So we'll probably look at it next time when we have the chance to host you. And I just want to say thank you very much for coming through. Thank you for being with us in this live stream. And we are sorry to interrupt your dinner. And
no worries.
You might have a few words before we can close the stream to how would you best advise your applicants? And just say hi to them, let them know.
Okay, Abed, thanks for your initiative. I think you're doing a good job.
We have Mohammed Kabal is one of your clients. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, but thanks for your work. Thanks for your initiative. I think it's very useful. It will help people to get the answers to the questions they have. And thanks for having me.